Welcome to Horror Scoops, where each week we give you the scoop on a different horror movie. I'm your host, Ryan, and this is my co-host and the expert in horror movie, maybe, I don't know, Serena.
Hey, you guys.
So this week we are watching Annabelle, like the original Annabelle. I mean, there's one called The Creation or something like that, but this is like the original one. And yeah, we're going to watch it. We're going to review it. We're going to start off, though, with some facts and some review scores. And I'm going to let Serena handle that bit. So take it away, Serena.
Hey, you guys. So we're going to talk about 5 fun facts today about the movie Annabelle. So we'll go ahead and start off with the first fact. The Annabelle doll is actually based on a real haunted doll. It's actually from an investigation of paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren.
So wait, is it the Raggedy Ann doll, or is that the other fact?
So that's actually the second fact.
Okay.
And I'm glad you brought that up, because the second fact is the Annabelle doll does not look anything like the doll from the movie. She is actually a Raggedy Ann doll, like you mentioned.
Okay.
So she was actually a paranormal doll and is currently in the actual basement haunted museum of Ed and Lorraine Warren.
Did they? Okay, so Ed and Lorraine Warren, just real quick, just tell people who they are, because I don't really, I mean, like, I know they're, anyway, go ahead.
So Ed and Lorraine Warren are paranormal investigators who have been around for a very long time, and some of the biggest cases were actually investigated by them. Such as the exorcism, the Annabelle dolls, Robert the doll, if you guys have ever heard of him.
Okay, I just wanted to let people, like, give people context because they don't know who that is.
Yeah, so they were big time paranormal investigators back in the day.
Okay, so they have a museum where they keep a whole bunch of, like, haunted artifacts and stuff like that, and the doll is in there.
Yes, Annabelle is actually in her own case.
Okay.
So she is definitely in there. So we're going to go ahead and move on to the third fact, which I found this interesting. So the movie was rated R, but not for nudity or vulgarity. The reason it was rated R was because of the what?
One F word. No, I just took a guess. Go ahead.
No, it was rated R because the sequences of disturbing violence and terror.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder what specifically they meant.
We'll
like if there was a specific, no, I mean like if they had they had notes in the like censor's office or wherever they do that, and they're like, this one part where this one thing happens, that part's too much. We gotta make it up.
It's too much. We can't handle it.
Too much for the Z's.
So we're gonna have to move on with the fourth one. So there's a baby mobile, which we haven't seen yet because we haven't watched the movie, but there's a baby mobile hanging over the crib.
Oh,
this baby mobile, it plays the same tune as the music box from The Conjuring.
Okay,
yeah, definitely.
Which is interesting. Okay.
And we'll go with our fifth final fact, and I thought this was very interesting. So I don't know if you guys know who Ellen DeGeneres is.
I know who that is,
but if you don't know, she is a talk show, TV show host. Mm-hmm. She used to live in the same apartment that they are currently filming in right now for this Annabelle movie.
Well, there's no currently. Oh, you're talking about the apartment in the. Okay.
The current movie we are watching.
We're about to watch. Okay.
All
right. Okay. So what was so bad about her room?
Nothing. They just used the apartment that she used to live in.
Are you sure Ellen didn't bring any like bad juju?
Oh, I'm not sure. I don't know what Ellen does on her spell time.
Into some crazy stuff.
I don't care, and I don't want to know. That's her business.
All right. So now that we've kind of went through that, did we have review scores?
Yeah. So I'm gonna just go based off Rotten Tomato.
Okay.
So Rotten Tomato has a tomato meter, and they have an audience score.
Okay.
So their tomato meter, it was a 29% out of 100.
29?
Yeah, 29,
wow.
Which I was very shocked about, since this was at its time in 2014 rated one of the scariest movies. Like, there was rumors going around that this movie could actually possess you, and it was scary.
Okay.
Now, the audience score is a little higher, but not by much. It's only 36%.
36? Okay, I really honestly thought they were going to be a little bit higher.
Now,
so out of 100. So are we rating out of 100?
So, yeah. But now, honestly, you guys, me and Ryan have watched movies that Rotten Tomatoes has produced or has said is really not good.
It's either not good to good or good to not
Yeah,
good.
or opposite. And we usually always have the opposite opinion. I don't know why. We always think it's either a really good movie and we don't know why they rated it that low, or it's really crappy and we don't know why they gave it such a high rating.
Yeah, there's been
So-
multiple times where it's like, oh, I heard about this movie. It's supposed to be really good. We go on there and it's like, oh, good ratings, everything. Then we watch it and we're just like, what?
what the heck is this?
What was this? That was a dumb movie.
Yeah.
One in particular I'm thinking of that sticks with me. But anyway,
Yeah, so we'll definitely give you our ratings after the movie and tell you what we think.
well, that actually helps me because I probably would have been really lenient in a way, but because of that. Anyway, and that's okay. So our initial impression, I guess, of the movie, right? Now you claim that we have watched this movie before.
No, you claim that.
No, I'm sorry. Yes, I claim. What am I talking about? I claim that, and you claim we have not watched this movie
Correct.
before. And I think that we have watched. I'm pretty sure we've watched all three of them.
Okay. Whoa, buddy. No, if y'all could just saw the face that I just gave him. So, first of all, I know for a fact I have not watched this movie because at first I was actually upset that they did not use almost like the real Annabelle
Oh, they
doll.
didn't use a Raggedy Ann
Yeah,
doll?
they didn't use the
Okay.
Raggedy Ann doll, which to me kind of made me upset because I was like, if you're going to base it off of Annabelle, the actual
You're like,
Annabelle.
I'm a ghost historian, and I know.
Yeah,
or
like
paranormal.
Like I'm a paranormal historian, and you're gonna. I don't know. That's like using a Barbie for Chucky.
Yeah,
you know,
that'd be
nobody
weird.
does that. Why would you do that?
So I mean, on the outside, I mean, I assume what's gonna happen in this movie is that I'm gonna lay a picture out here. I'm gonna lay. Okay, so we have like a girl. She's like 25, something like that. She has to go to a house, and in the house, it's like a creepy old house. It's like in the middle of the woods, right? So you go in there, and there's gonna be a doll like in the attic or something. She can take the doll down, and creepy stuff's gonna start happening with the doll, and then that's my prediction for the movie.
So I've seen some pictures on this movie.
Okay.
So this is my prediction.
Okay.
So I saw a mom, dad, and a baby.
Okay.
I'm assuming some way this doll's just gonna show up like on the front doorsteps.
Okay.
And mom's gonna take it in and be like, "Oh, here, this is for my baby." You know what I mean? Because you know that's how movies creepily work.
I'm getting severe deja vu with what you're describing right now.
Oh, that's
so,
weird.
So okay, just go ahead.
But no, I feel like in almost every scary movie, if they find like an object or something that they think is cute, they usually give it to their kid. Like I've
Yeah.
seen in plenty
Then
of
the
scary
kid sees a
movies.
ghost in the corner.
And the kid's like, "Oh yeah, cute," and then it's like, "I'm gonna kill your mom," and it's like, "Oh no."
Okay.
So I think mom's gonna bring the doll in and be like, "Here, baby, play with it." And the baby's gonna be like, "Ah," she's gonna be like, "I don't know what's wrong with it," and then it's gonna act weird and start doing weird stuff. I don't know because I heard it was totally the opposite of the actual Annabelle story.
Okay.
So
So I guess we're gonna stop recording now. We'll watch about half the movie, and then we'll come back and give you like our in progress impressions or review, I guess. And then once the movie stops, we'll come back and record a section there. But yeah, we'll see you in like 30 minutes.
see you in 30, guys.
All right, everyone. Well, welcome to the second portion of the show, I guess we say, where we are in the middle of the movie, like exactly in the middle. We stopped it. We're going to give our general, like, impression so far and what we think, what we like and don't like, all that stuff. Do you want to start, Serena, or you want me to start?
Sure, I'll start. So first of all, it began a little crazy. Like usually scary movies take a little while to start up and tell a little bit of a story, and I felt like it was pretty fast. I like that part about it, that at the beginning we were talking about a cult, boom, cult members show up, and then there was some spooky stuff that went on.
That's true. It happened pretty fast. It feels almost to me like there's a weird rhythm to it. I don't know. Like normally there's like beginning, middle, end. I feel like we're getting almost like two separate stories, but they're connected, but they're
Yeah, I feel that way too.
it's weird. I mean it's okay. It's not bad.
I feel like it's pretty good so far because we definitely have the murder that happened and then the blood that went into the doll,
That was
which
surprising.
explained how the doll was possessed, which I like the explanation behind things. And now I want to know how Annabelle got into the box.
I mean, it's
I know
Annabelle.
he said that the house burnt down. When the house burnt down, that things might have got mixed up. Like, what was it in the trash can?
I don't know. It's a
Yeah.
paranormal doll. I gotta just say, like, it transported wherever it wants to go.
Transported.
I mean,
But I
that's
definitely
just
think it was neat. I can't believe the house caught on fire. I also can't believe there was rocking back and forth in the chair. That was kind of creepy. But the most creepiest part to me so far was when she was trying to escape from the fire and she was dragged.
yeah. That was definitely an unexpected thing.
That
Like,
made me feel like it wasn't a haunted doll anymore. It was
something external.
demonic
Where
because it had enough energy to pull her. So I don't know. I'm excited to see what happens.
I mean, I feel like now we've established that the doll is back where it's going to be and kind of like its main setting. It's like, okay, now what's like? How does the movie conclude? How do they trap the monster? How do they,
Well, they don't
or
because
is
at
it,
the beginning, if
or is
you
it just going to kill
remember,
everybody? Like,
well, no, at the beginning of it, if you remember, they were interviewing those two girls
oh yeah, they
in
were
the
interviewing.
apartment, and she says she got it as a birthday gift from her mom. So I wonder how the doll
Huh.
becomes a birthday gift.
Yeah, how did that? I completely forgot about that
Yeah,
part.
so I'm excited to see how it becomes a birthday gift. What happens to this family?
Hmm.
You know, is their kid going to live? I don't know, but I'm excited to see what happens.
All right, well, we will continue to watch the movie, and then we'll catch back up with you at the end. All right, so we are back. We just finished the movie, and all right, we're just gonna start this off. Okay, we've seen this movie.
We have not.
We've seen this movie. There are so many. There's so many. I'm talking about before this viewing. There's so many things that we both, in the middle of watching this movie, were like, "Oh, we remember this, but we don't remember this, but we remember it." And there's one scene with this thing on the stairs that crawls up, and I'm telling you, I remember that from a previous viewing at some point. Serena, I know what you will say.
It's my turn to
It's
talk.
your go ahead.
Oh, thank you.
Tell me
I
that we haven't
appreciate it.
seen it, but I know that we've seen it
I
before.
appreciate it because we have not
We've
seen this
definitely
movie.
seen this
You
movie
guys,
before.
okay, first of all, I have a file cabinet in my brain of every scary movie I've ever seen in my
file
whole
cabinet.
life, okay? And Brian don't watch scary movies without me.
I mean, that's
That's
true.
just not his kind of
That's true.
forte. We were together in 2014. Okay, you
when
guys,
we watched this movie.
we have never watched this movie. And I know I haven't because I have never wanted to watch this movie because before, like I said previously before, this didn't have the real Raggedy Ann doll in it. I didn't think that this movie was anything like the whole real Annabelle story. So therefore, I did not want to watch all three of these movies. I did not want to specifically.
I
So
get
now that we're watching it, I only have one memory that I thought that I recalled. So I'm not even gonna lie, where the preacher put something in the back seat, but then locks down and runs him off the road and he dies. And that did not happen.
It didn't, but you got
Okay,
like the
so
first
I got
half.
it mixed up with a separate movie. And now that I have said that, my boyfriend is convinced.
I'm telling you, there's
that we
like
have seen
5
this.
parts of that.
Every
Okay,
time he has guessed a scene, he's been wrong.
But,
he's
okay.
like, I've seen this. This is what's gonna happen. Like she supposedly tries to jump out the window, and he's automatically like, yeah, she's gonna jump out the window. We've seen this.
I knew somebody was
She
gonna
did
jump out the
not
window.
even jump out of the window. She didn't. And then he was like earlier, he was like, "Oh, this and this is gonna happen," and it didn't happen. But he
I'm
swears.
telling you, there's a
And you
specific
guys-
scene on the stairs. Okay, now I
guys-
will admit, if I'm mixing that up with Insidious, because Insidious is one horror movie that like,
or The
I'm okay with.
Conjuring, because they were both by the same
I don't know.
director.
If I mix it up with Insidious, because that's what I thought it was, then if we go back and watch Insidious and that scene where the thing's crawling up the stairs, covered in black completely, then I will give it to you. We've not seen this, okay? But anyway, we're supposed to be reviewing it, not arguing about whether we've seen it or not. So, where should we start? How should we start that process?
In my opinion, I think it was an okay movie. Because at the beginning, I did not expect them to actually have the Ed and Lorraine Warren, I'm assuming, talking to the teenagers who owned the previous doll.
Yeah, you were right.
I didn't expect that in the movie.
Okay.
Like I was kind of excited to see that.
Just see some kind
Honestly,
of Ed
yeah, to
and
see
Rain
that.
mentioned.
Now, the way I've been told about this movie was like such a buildup of how scary it was gonna be. I didn't feel like it was that scary.
No,
I've seen scary movies.
I mean,
Like they
yeah.
just made a new movie called The Host,
Mm-hmm.
which we watched the other night,
Mm-hmm.
and that scared me. Like they gave me a
Yeah,
jump
it had a
scare.
couple jump scares in it.
This one was like, it didn't scare me a lot, but it did have the Raggedy Ann doll in it at the end. I know
Mm-hmm.
she was on the shelf. If you guys didn't see her, she was on your left hand side. So they did bring some true elements to it. So I think it was all right.
I don't know. I mean, like as a horror, I mean it's a horror, it's a supernatural like horror movie. Like I don't know. I like it when they do the Insidious type thing where it's you do end up seeing the demon or whatever. You know what I mean? But it's kind of like hidden back behind the thing.
Yeah, he's like colored
that.
with the background.
No, like when it was behind the doll, like you didn't see
Yeah,
it,
like
and then
he's
when the
colored in the
camera
background.
like shifted a certain way, you could see him behind the like holding the doll.
Yeah,
or
he's
whatever.
colored like a shadow. Yeah.
But anyway, I mean, it probably not something that I would go see on my own, right? But as for a horror movie, I give it like based on the scores previously out of 100, right? Because what was the other one? It was like 20 something and like
29, and the other one was it's on.
Well, anyway, it was a low like that, right?
It was 30 something.
So, out of all the horror movies, out of every horror movie, like, because I can't think of a horror movie that I really like. Do you know one that I think?
I think you like Insidious.
I didn't like. Okay, so if Insidious is 100 at this point, Annabelle is like 65.
I say that's about a fair score. I would go. Yeah, I'd go by 65 myself.
65.
I've seen a lot of scary movies. I've definitely had. I'm a big fan of especially the paranormal scary movies. Especially like I don't know, just pretty much anything paranormal. But I give it a 65 too. It didn't scare me, but it was surprising, shall I say?
Yeah, there were a couple different things, and I'm telling you, we seen it.
You guys disregard him. We did not see this movie.
All right, everyone. Well, that's it for the first episode of Horror Scoop. We'll be back next Sunday with another movie. If you did like it, make sure to like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and we'll see you in the next one. Have a good day.